Motivation, right? I mean, you just want more of it. You just can't get things done because you've got no motivation and you just can't be bothered. What do you do? How do you get things done when you don't want to? Well, firstly, as I've talked about in previous videos, I don't like to get people to focus on motivation. Why? Because it's rare, it's fleeting, it's awesome when you have it, it sucks when you don't. And to be honest, let's face it, the majority of the time, you're not going to want to do the things that you know you should do. It's just normal, right? You're not weird because of that. It's totally normal, okay? So what I like to get people to focus on is habits and self-discipline, building habits. So because with these and when you develop discipline, you do things whether you want to or not, basically. Think about paying your bills, cleaning your teeth, doing the housework, etc., etc. You do it because it needs to be done. Okay, it's a habit. You have that discipline, and you can translate that into your eating, your exercise habits. Sometimes you've just got to get things done whether you want to or not. And when you develop those habits and self-discipline, you will find that you probably will. But I also want to talk about another way of doing this and how to get things done when you don't want to. And it's a really good sort of strategy for getting started, because I find a lot of the time people just struggle to get started. Once they start, they're normally fine, okay? But it's just that initial getting started that people really struggle with. And I came across a great strategy for this years ago now, and it is the 5-second rule by Mel Robbins. And this isn't the rule where you can pick food up off the floor and it's fine to eat because it's only been 5 seconds. Although I do really recommend that rule, particularly if it's, within reason, particularly if it's a very tasty food and it's not dropped in anything. I do highly recommend that rule too. But what this rule does is it helps you to get things done when you don't want to. So, I've read the book on this, but I'm going to try and condense this into a very, very short explanation. And essentially what it is it works on the premise that you have around 5 seconds. So when you get a thought about something that you should do, you have around 5 seconds before you start sort of talk yourself out of it, okay? And I am sure you can come up with hundreds of ways that you do this every single day. Just think about your life, right? Let's say you plan to go out for a walk or a run and you're like, can't wait, really up for going for this run. Or even if you're not up for it, you're like, right, I'm just going to go for this run because I need to do it. And then you look outside and it's raining. And then, you think, well, I haven't really got any food. I've still got to cook my dinner and could really do with putting the washing in. And then all of a sudden, within 30 seconds to a minute, you come up with 500 reasons why you shouldn't do it. And this happens so often, a lot more than what we realise. So what this 5-second rule does is it makes you do it before you talk yourself out of it. So what the rule basically is you count backwards from 5 and you go and do it. So you have that thought and you go, right, I should go for a run. Then you count backwards, you go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you get up and you go and you do it. Because what this is doing is it's getting you out of thinking and getting you into doing. And it's not giving you enough time to talk yourself out of it. Because again, you will notice this in your life, we are very good at talking ourselves out of doing things. So what this does is it gets you out of your head and gets you into action. And I think this is really helpful in terms of motivation, because again, I think a lot of the time people wait to be motivated before they do things. And the reality is a lot of the time the action precedes the feeling. We don't often feel motivated and then do something. Quite often it's the other way around. We do it and that makes us feel motivated, right? The action precedes the feeling, not the feeling precedes the action. And this is a great way of getting you to do something rather than thinking about it. And again, like I said before, most people will find that once they've started, they're fine. But this just gives you that, right, I'm going to do it. Right, I should go for a run. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm up, I'm out the door, I'm gone. I'm doing it. And then, you know, no one's ever regretted doing it, right? So just a quick tip there, just to basically get you into action and to get you out of thinking and into doing, and to help you to get things done when you really don't want to. So hopefully you found that helpful. If you did, please feel free to interact on the video as always. Hit a like, drop a comment, something that's resonated with you, something you found helpful, something that you've learned. It's always cool to hear. So please do drop them in, guys. It's always nice to see. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. There should be an option for you to do that in the top corner of the video, just so you get an alert on new videos, as these free tips are coming thick and fast, so you don't want to miss out on those. Thank you very much as always for tuning in, and I shall see you next time. Thank you.